Tonight, the state of Washington is facing a $165 million claim alleging social workers bungled oversight of a vulnerable child. 5-year-old Leo Strode was severely burned as a baby while living with his biological parents.
Now, his adoptive family filed a claim for damages against the Department of Children, Youth and Families. Only on KOMO, Molly Shen looked into the accusations and met the young boy at the heart of the story.
May 25th, 2020, a backyard shed burst into flames outside an Oakville home and quickly exploded into tragedy.
It was a big bonfire.
A family had been living in the outbuilding, and there was a baby in the middle of that fireball.
There was fire all around. I mean, the whole inside of the building was on fire.
A Grays Harbor deputy recorded this interview with the baby's father.
And I just knew that my baby was in there, so I ran in there and I opened the other door. It was even hotter.
A 9-month-old everyone calls Bubby suffered 3rd and 4th degree burns over 75% of his body. A witness also interviewed by deputies said Bubby had been alone, surrounded by several portable heaters.
I'm pretty sure the fire started with those heaters.
With the heaters?
And probably all the garbage they had in there.
Oh, okay. Was there a lot of piles of
Yes, and
things?
clothes. And it was gross.
Bubby was airlifted to the burn unit at Harborview Medical Center, his home for the next 3 months, while he went through his first 19 surgeries for skin grafting to amputate burned fingers and toes. The state looked for a foster family. David and Sarah Strode have a history of fostering medically fragile children and signed up to care for Bubby.
Your heart just kind of ached, like every time you were caring for him. Every time I was doing wound care, my heart just like kind of broke every single time.
Bubby needed extensive wound care twice a day, eye drops around the clock because his eyelids burned off, medication, doctor, and therapy appointments.
Did you know fully what you were getting into in terms of what Bubby needed? No?
No.
How so?
I think just the intensity of his care was more. We're definitely those people who do not shy away from hard things, though, so it wasn't like a walking in like, oh, we can't do this, but it was more realizing how much we had to change our lives to support Bubby.
Now 5 years old, Bubby is an energetic, outgoing boy.
Mr. Penguin?
But he faces a lifetime of surgeries and physical and psychological challenges.
I think like once we had the documents showing us what he experienced even before the fire, it's just like, oh, this all makes sense.
When Sarah says the document, she means this. Bubby's case file from DCYF, the Department of Children, Youth and Families, detailing his first 9 months of life.
There was like red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, and nobody ever did anything about it.
The Strodes learned DCYF was notified about Bubby before birth. His mother was described as a known drug user, and tests revealed Bubby was born with methamphetamine in his system. David Moody is the Strodes attorney.
They were receiving warnings from people in the community, from a gas station attendant, from physicians, from a police officer, that the parents were entirely unfit to care for Bubby.
The case file does detail multiple attempts to find Bubby and his parents, sometimes with help from law enforcement. At a small number of meetings, Bubby was healthy and clean, but the parents got harder to track down. There were reports the parents were using drugs, shouldn't have a child, and they missed a key safety meeting with Child Protective Services.
They have an obligation to go out and look at the child's living situation and to create what's called a safety plan. These aren't aspirational. This isn't a wish list. These are mandatory obligations. And DSHS didn't do any of that. Had DSHS gone out, it would have been obvious that this was a terrible living situation.
Is this your favorite bug?
While the Strodes fight for Bubby's future, they have already won a major battle. In February, David and Sarah adopted, officially making Bubby one of their 8 children.
This is the decree of adoption that says that you are family forever and ever and ever. And this also changes your name. So you will now be Leo Alexander Strode.
Leo Strode, who everyone still calls Bubby, doesn't let his burns hold him back.
He wants to do everything. He wants to just be a part of everything, and he is. He adapts so well.
Among his lingering fears, heat and being alone. While there are many uncertainties and challenges ahead in Bubby's life, being alone is no longer one of them.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go downstairs.
Molly Shen, KOMO News.
The state now has 60 days to respond to the claim for damages. KOMO News reached out to DCYF. A spokesperson told us they could not comment on active litigation.